So we will discuss today about metabolism in detail. Okay. So what are the topics are in the metabolism? Let's see first. First, we will discuss about definition and types of metabolism. Next is cell respiration. Okay. Second, third, we have in the what is the glycolysis, and fourth is cytochrome transport system, and we have protein, fats, and carbohydrates, how they uh, digest in the food. Their step-by-step procedure is there, and how we get energy from the food. Okay, how it will digest and convert. We have glucose, amino acids, okay, and fatty acids almost, and minerals and vitamins. And at last, we will study about metabolic rate, how the metabolism is maintained. The is very important. Okay. Next, at last, we will discuss about aging and metabolism. So let's start with metabolism, definition and types. So basically, whatever reaction take place in the body is defined as metabolism only. Okay. So basically, whatever reaction, example, we are eating the food is entering into our mouth. So we have salivary gland. Salivary glands release some amount of fluid like amylase, and some salts are there, water is there. It will mix up with the food. Okay, we will chew the food. Emulsification is happen. So after that, we will swallow the food and it will go in the abdomen. The first step of digestion. So it is also the basic we will call as metabolism also, because the mixing of saliva in the food is also the part of metabolism. Okay. Then we have digestion in the stomach. It is also the second path of metabolism. Third, we have absorption and digestion in the small intestine. Okay, then from the portal vein, the whatever absorption happen, it will enter into the liver, and there also metabolism occurs. So these are the process is a part of metabolism. At last, we need the result. So you eat the food for energy. You eat the food for function. You eat the food to do the work. So at last, we need energy for everything. Okay, our organs need energy for everything. So basically, whatever thing is happening in the body, we can assume or we can encompass that all that are metabolism only. Okay. So basically, the metabolism is of two types. Okay. There are two categories in the metabolism. One is anabolism and second one is catabolism. Anabolism and catabolism. So let's discuss first about anabolism. Okay. Anabolism means synthesis or formation reactions, the bonding together of small molecules to form large ones. The synthesis of hemoglobin by cells of red bone marrow, synthesis of glycogen by liver cells, and synthesis of fat to be stored in adipose tissue are examples of anabolism. Such reactions require energy, usually in the form of ATP. So basically, anabolism means it is the formation. We have smaller molecules, okay? It will bond together to become large molecules. Large molecules. Like example is given here. We have hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is separate, but it will attach to the RBC and it will become the complete cell. Because if the RBC doesn't have hemoglobin, the binding of oxygen is not happen, will not happen. So we need hemoglobin. So after hemoglobin is attaching to the RBC, oxygen is also attaching, and oxygen molecules are also attaching. So become large molecule, big molecule. So this is the part of metabolism. So formation of small molecules to the large molecules is defined as anabolism. And the second example is given. So whatever we eat, the carbohydrates, uh, we call glucose. So if we are doing any work, the glucose is utilized, but excess amount of glucose in the blood is stored in the liver. Okay, they are the small molecules. Okay, they are the small molecules, but they have to be stored in the liver. Okay, so they have to attach all the molecules, all the fat molecules, all the glucose molecules, and it will convert the liver, the liver convert the glucose into some other process that is called glycogen. Okay, and fat, also extra fat, whatever extra fat is coming to the liver, it also be stored in our subcutaneous membrane, that is in the form of adipose tissue. So these are the three examples are given, okay, to understand anabolism. One is hemoglobin, second one is glucose, third one is fat. So I hope you understood. It is very, very important. Next, come to the second classification of metabolism, that is catabolism. Catabolism is the reverse process from larger molecules to form smaller molecules, from larger molecules to the smaller molecules. It is the opposite to anabolism. Anabolism to store the energy, catabolism to utilize that stored energy. Okay, example I will give, in our daily life, what we will do, what our companies do, what our farmers do, the extra amount of rice, it will be stored in the godown. The extra amount of uh, whatever extra amount of food or extra amount of home needs you will do, you will store in the storeroom. You will store in the godown. So what you will do? Extra amount is stored. So whenever you will get the necessary thing, you will come to the store, you will go down and you will take some important things. Same process will happen in our body through the metabolism. Anabolism is the excess amount of energy stored in other forms like fat, like glycogen, whatever form it is. But whenever you are necessary to that thing, so it will reverse that process. So the body will utilize that and body will get the energy. So at the end, body needs energy to do the functions. Because without energy, it can't do anything. So at last, metabolism, it may be anabolism, catabolism, both are necessary for our body. Okay. So let's here examples are given. Cell respiration is series of catabolic reaction that break down food molecules to carbon dioxide and water. During catabolism, energy is often released and used to synthesize ATP. The ATP formed during catabolism is then used for energy requiring anabolic reactions. Most of our anabolic and catabolic reactions are catalyzed by enzymes. Enzymes are proteins that are enable reaction to take place rapidly at body temperature. The body has thousands of enzymes and each is specific, that is, will catalyze only one type of reaction. Okay, so basically, who help for metabolism? It may be anabolism and catabolism. So they are enzymes enzymes are made up of protein. So those protein enzymes are helping to doing this process. Like catabolism is nothing but the utilization of the simple molecules for producing ATP to produce energy. Likewise, I give example. Okay, so basically with the help of enzymes, we will do the anabolism and catabolism. So no specific, they are the specific enzymes, okay, to do one reaction. So in the body, we have thousands of enzymes which help throughout the day to perform anabolism and catabolism. So metabolism is understood. So here we discussed about anabolism and catabolism. So let's discuss about self-respiration. So basically already you studied in basic chapters about this a bit about cell respiration. So we have glucose. What cell requires? Cell need glucose, oxygen. With the help of both, the cell produce ATP, energy and heat. So with this reaction, the cell will get separated, will separate the carbon dioxide. Carbon is produced, hydrogen or H2O, water, energy and heat. So these three are utilized, and we have to send carbon dioxide. We have to remove the carbon dioxide from the cell. So this is nothing but self respiration. The carbon dioxide is exhaled. So ATP here is utilized as energy source for cell. It is utilized to do the function of the cell. Okay. So this is very important. Okay, now we will discuss about glycolysis. So here carbon dioxide is eliminated, water, energy and heat. Heat is the uh, end product. These are the end products. Okay, it is utilized by our cell. So here we discuss three things: metabolism, categories anabolism, catabolism, and anabolism and catabolism and cell respiration. Now we will talk about glycolysis. Basically, these are the topics related to biochemistry, very, very important. But here we have the introduction part. Let's discuss these things. Basically, glycolysis is the enzymes for the reaction of glycolysis are formed in the cytoplasm of cell, and oxygen is not required. In glycolysis, a 6-carbon glucose molecules is break down to 3 carbon molecules of pyruvic acid. 2 molecules of ATP are necessary to start the process. The energy they supply is called energy of activation and is necessary to make glucose unstable enough to begin to break down. As a result of these reactions, enough energy is released to synthesize 4 molecules of ATP for a net gain of 2 ATP molecules per glucose molecules. I think it will make confusion to you. So I think we have to cut down this because we are understanding metabolism, but glycolysis and all these are the part of biochemistry. So they will understood easily. Okay. So basically, this is the process, how the glycolysis is happening. Okay, how much energy is required? How much energy is required to start the process? So it is very important, but not here. Next, we have the Krebs citric cycle also. It is also related to the biochemistry part, and this is also cytochrome transport system also. Here we will discuss some proteins and fast energy sources. But here we have the diagram. With the help of diagram, we'll able to understand. Okay. So here you can see that proteins. We have the 3 types of food or 3 types of end products we'll get from the food. That is protein. It may be food have protein, food have carbohydrates, food have fat. So how here when the protein is digested, it is breakdown. Okay, it is breakdown. Catabolism happens. So here we have the amino acid. Protein is break down to amino acid. Next, here have the carbon molecules. Okay, next it is converted the waste product of proteins and the product of protein. But after utilizing, it will become urea. It will become urea. We have to eliminate urea from the body. Next, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are digest simple molecules. Glucose. Glucose are utilized to break down the proteins also here. And energy is produced. After energy is produced, we have pyruvic acid. We have the other cycles, citric acid, everything is that. Okay. After that, the end product, we have the ATP, oxygen, and metabolic water. So it is if the metabolic waste is there, so urea, some metabolic waste is there, and fats. Fats also digest glycerol and fatty acids. It is saved in the or in the liver. Okay. Then whenever necessary, we have the same process to store the fat. So here we have the three uh, chains of food material. We will get the end product, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. So here we have the summary, but I think so it is not helpful here, but it will helpful in biochemistry. So let's talk about energy available from the three nutrient types. Okay. So we have glucose, amino acids. It is very important. Fatty acids and vitamins and minerals. So let's talk about that.